Hello and welcome to Chatter Cove, where we discuss everything from movies to TV to video games to whatever the fuck we can think of. I'm your host, Dranking Thomas Hughes, and today we have a very special birthday podcast. So I'm joined as usual by my co-host Nicola, aka Hayden Roberts.
Alright.
I'm also joined by the birthday boy himself, Mini Garlic Bucky, aka James.
It's not my birthday.
Shut the fuck up now.
It is. The magic of editing. It is.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Even though this is going to a day after your birthday.
Don't take videos!
But yeah, last but not least, we're also joined by a first timer of the cave today. So big round of applause for Geeky Bear, aka Alex.
I'm losing my virginity! Hello.
It's podcast virginity.
Yeah, my podcast virginity. I'm no
That's
longer
virginity
a
on the
podcast
other
virgin.
hand. Not so much. Anyway, okay. So today we're discussing The Other Guys, released in 2010 by director Adam McKay, whose film we last covered on the podcast when we did Step Brothers last month. This movie stars Will Ferrell, just like his last movie, but joining him on this buddy cop journey is Mark Wahlberg, who's been in such films as the Ted movies, the Daddy's Home movies, Transformers: Age of Extinction, its sequel, The Last Night. He's appeared in a few based on true stories as well, Lone Survivor, Deepwater Horizon, Patriots Day. His most recent film, sadly, Scoob. The movie also stars Michael Keaton, most famous for Batman and Beetlejuice. We also have Eva Mendes from Ghost Rider, as well as Training Day. Steve Coogan, most known for his role as Alan Partridge. And finally, we also have a great cameo from Nick Fury himself, Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson.
And The Rock.
Yeah, and a pre-famous WWE wrestler, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
How could you forget The Rock?
It's like on the last of the list. Just give me a second. It's my bit, okay. The movie focuses on two detectives following the deaths of their two best officers in the department as they try to take their spot, but things don't go quite as planned. So
No bonus points for guessing who are the best.
So
But you will get a boner point.
Oh.
You just made this like 20 times dirtier than it usually is.
Do you mean usually?
It's never usually this dirty.
True.
Guys, can we talk over there without him for a minute?
Yeah, okay. So what do you want to talk about, James?
Do we need to kick him out?
Possibly. Very possibly.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
Okay, nothing. Back to the review.
Yeah.
So,
Award-winning.
starts with Danson, played by Dwayne Johnson, on top of a car during a high-speed chase, while Highsmith, played by Sam Jackson here, is driving the car behind them. As some gunshots, Danson rejoins the car, putting a dent in the hood before they are forced to make...
Stormtrooper aim.
Yep, before they're forced to make an emergency crash landing into the side of the bus, which Highsmith mutters the line, "Did somebody call 911? Holy shit!" Before it
You
cuts to
can't.
him driving the fucking bus.
I just love how all that's happening in the back. In the music, you can hear just hip hop Bee Gees.
How could you forget about the light being put back onto the car, like, straight away?
Oh god.
Oh,
With
yeah,
the Stormtrooper aim.
The light got shut off, and he put the light back on.
I was just like, damn, that is efficiency.
You gotta know that they are the police.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
The
Oh,
foresight
I
you
was-
need to know that when
Oh,
to
I
put the
was
light
thinking
on, though.
during that whole action scene, like they're pretty much just taking the piss out of like a lot
Action
of action
scenes.
films. It's,
Mm.
like
Yeah.
cliche, needless destruction just for the fun of it. 'Cause it looks cool.
Yeah, because they commented later, like after the arrests were made, they were like, there was only like so much drugs found on them. Was that really worth $14 million of property damage?
He was like, of course it was.
Like 4 pounds marijuana or something like that.
It
Something
was
like
12
that,
million.
yeah.
It was
Well,
12
let's see what
million.
the New York thinks, and then I wrote, yay!
Oh, did I mix up the four from how many pounds of drugs it was with the...
Yeah. It was 12 million in damage.
Oh,
I wrote that down for some reason.
Put on an extra 2.
So,
The
yeah,
government probably needs the money.
anyway, they catch up with the bad guys.
yeah.
And then
I'd
it's,
like to say props to the film for letting Samuel L. Jackson say bad words.
Yeah, so he flies out with the car, shooting at the villains while screaming, "You have the right to remain silent," but I prefer if he screamed. Which,
I
an
just-
explosion.
But no, wasn't
I
it?
just
But I
want-
want to hear you scream.
Yeah.
Either way,
Yeah.
it was funny.
Yeah, either way,
Oh.
he wants to hear him
Mm.
scream.
Telling them their right to remain silent while flying through the air shooting at them.
Literally, to start the movie off like this is just hilarious. Just for the fact
I
that
want to give the guys props for like standing their ground, versing a buzz.
exactly.
I honestly, I'd
Plus,
be
the
crapping
fact that
myself.
you're starting a film off by showing off these two, one high caliber actor, one soon to be high caliber actor. It looks like they're the main stars of this, and you're just like, yeah, but you're not actually going to be following these guys. So
Yeah.
it's quite an interesting way to start your film off.
I know, like he's like a classic action-packed film with Nick Fury and Rocky Balboa. That's what I'm calling him from now on.
With Rocky Balboa, he's done like many other films. That's not
I know,
Stallone's
but
Rocky
it's called
movies.
The Rock, and it sounds like Rocky, so I'm going to go with it. All right, deal with it.
Could have called him anything.
He's Maui.
You know how mind works, right?
I'm pretty
Maui.
Maui, as Alex said. Of all the things Alex remembers The Rock out of, it's fucking Moana.
Or
The
the
only
Tooth
thing I
Fairy.
remember him is from that Disney
Oh
film.
yeah, he was in the Tooth Fairy.
He was in the Tooth Fairy.
I think that might have been the same year as this film, or the year after. This year before, I can't remember.
I
This
can't get the
this is,
image of
around
the
the
Rock
time
in a
that-
tutu out of my head.
This is around the time that he was starting to become big and doing loads of
Yes,
crappy
same
movies.
year, 2010.
what it was.
No, he was big for a while, like, as an actor wise, because he was.
Yeah, but it wasn't in many
Too
big
much.
popular films. It was in more like lower caliber, like mid card.
Disney hadn't eaten him yet.
I
Yeah.
remember that he was all over the place, like when he came in with his with that weird haircut he had back then when he had hair.
Oh
He-
God,
He
no.
was like, I'm the actor.
Yeah, but if you look at his credits
God.
movie wise before this film, they're loads of credits, but they're not massive movies. The only really gigantic film I saw was Doom, and even that's not great. And the only reason that's massive is because it's based on a video game. But other than that, he'd been in like films here and there, but it was after this film, a bit down the line, that he started doing more high caliber. Oh, there's The Rock. Like it was 2 years after this, I think it was. He did Journey to Mysterious Island.
Yes.
I think it was. I think it was 2012. Was that
Journey to the Mysterious Island,
Yeah,
IMDb says.
2012 was that, James?
Yes.
Good guess from my hand.
You are a silent typer.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Silent but
I'm used
deadly.
to it.
We didn't realise Alex James is our typey guy in the background.
Ah,
He looked up my facts and makes sure I get them right.
I did
Oh.
math last time.
Yeah, he did. He spent about 5-10 minutes of the last podcast at the start just quietly doing maths in his head.
And then I forgot what I was doing math for. And then I'm pretty certain I said later in the podcast that I was doing math for something that I was not originally doing the math for.
Yeah, but as soon as you stop doing your math, you then as soon as I quoted the Kevin Spacey movie.
Greatest anecdote
Oh,
is-
fuck's
Back to the
sake.
film?
Yeah, anyway, back in the film. So, yeah, great start. Then cuts to, obviously, the press conference, as you point out, James, which starts with them saying the criminals only had a small amount, and obviously they caused so much damage trying to get this small amount of drugs from them. So, overkill.
Yeah.
The report then asks is Danson if he's in a relationship with Kim Kardashian. which
yeah,
is
it's
responsive,
confirmed.
no comment
Kim
before
K
actually saying
and
yes.
The Rock.
It was that one serious reporter at first, but then it went right back to
Classic celebrity stuff.
Yeah, like a
Yep.
sort of MTV style reporter, like, oh, is it true you're going out with this? Oh, no comment.
and all
Yes.
they really although they really had to say was New York is the greatest city, and all the reporters
Start cheering.
yeah.
They
And
got
there's that
three wieners though.
And then there's
Free
that,
hot dogs.
yeah, that guy in the background going, free hot dogs for life, and everyone's like, yeah, and he's like,
But
No
no
drinks,
drinks,
though.
no drinks.
No
And
drinks.
Wow.
everyone just starts
Ever.
booing him.
I can't do that, dude. I can't do that.
As soon as he's looking at everyone going, I can't do it. And everyone's like, boo. Again, to start off, obviously, action sequence of a bit of humour inserted into the action, to then just this random press conference where this random guy is like, oh yeah, you can have hot dogs. I don't know why the hot dog cart's in the middle of the press conference, but yeah, you can have some hot dogs. There's no drinks. Bit of a random place to put your hot dog cart, but
I mean,
free
they
advertising.
wouldn't last that long with the free hot dog.
So you didn't actually see anyone eating a hot dog after that.
Nope. Because they went for free.
Anyway, inside the precinct, you're shown the actual two guys you've been following, the other guys. Dancer tries to give a speech, but he's put off by interruptions before Highsmith prays to all the pencil pushers, but verbally abuses Alan, portrayed by Will Ferrell, for cheering, him on for being who he is.
And he's going to make him an arm puppet.
Yep. He's going to shove his arm straight up
yes.
his ass.
If I want you to speak, I'm going to.
I'm going to shove my hand up your asshole and make you talk.
Oh, I got him. You got him.
Obviously, then the captain comes out and hands the paperwork. So, who wants to do it? And Alan's like, I'll take it on. Which pisses off Terry, portrayed by Mark Wahlberg, who tells him to stop humming.
Yeah.
Because he starts humming, doesn't he?
Mm.
He's like, stop humming!
It's well established right from this introduction. Sorry to steal your bit of sounding like I know things, Hayden. That Alan's the nerdy pencil pusher, play by the rules, I play squash on a weekend kind of guy.
You, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. You've told me about your notes. I know that you basically just named that character me. And Terry is the Chad.
Playing solitaire at work.
Guy, yeah.
AKA Tom.
Shark desktop background.
Dragon, yeah.
Never at his desk.
Want to be better friends or co-workers.
Yeah, literally, it's Tom and James.
Yeah.
Anyway, away from Claire, me and James.
But yeah, James is right there. They've established how the characters are, and they've also established what their job's like. They always do the shit job.
Yeah.
And their relationship with each other.
I just thought Tom's spouting out the facts. I'm the one here that's Googling them, making sure they're right. It's so... oh, no. Oh, the comparison is so...
Anyway,
the prophecy is true.
He starts humming, he has a go at him, he then starts doing a weird, quiet hum, and he's just has a go at him again. And then starts telling a story about him being a lion and Alan being a tuna. Who would be eaten by the lion, who would swim out into the ocean and eat the tuna, which Alan obviously throws back. He's like, oh, no. If we're going to do that, the tuna would pour all his friends. We then start eating the lion. And you know what? We've then got taste for lion. We're going to come to land and we're going to eat all the lions.
Can I just say, the amount of research that had to go into that to, get into detail, or the amount of bullshit they had to write down just to make that scene. It's just unbelievable.
It just ends in Terry just picking up the drink and just chucking it all over him.
Yeah.
So obviously our argument shows how well these, not just two characters, but these two actors can do good back and forth between each other.
Oh yeah, they've got great chemistry.
Yeah, really good chemistry. But obviously Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly and Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Really good chemistry, which, especially for this being a buddy cop movie where they've got to work together, you need that good chemistry of witty banter, one hating the other, one actually really liking the other, you still throw harsh bants at him.
Yeah.
It's what you want to see from this kind of movie.
You need that back and forth.
And obviously, putting from this, you then get the group meeting for Terry, where it's revealed that he shot Derek Jeter, and that's why they call him the Yankee Clipper, which pisses everyone off since he cost them a lot of money.
I think you've skipped over a very important person though here, Tom.
Yeah, we
Bob.
get introduced to Alan Partridge.
You missed Bob.
Well, yeah, Bob's not, very important.
He's a very important character, Tom.
Yeah.
You can't skip over Bob.
He's like the worst of James.
Yeah.
James.
Craig.
I would say Zach Craig.
Yeah, it's Craig.
It pops up every now and again.
You guys won't know
Likeness
Craig,
to people, real or fake, is just pure coincidence.
That's true.
As you say, we did the Steve Coogan moment, but it wasn't a massive moment.
It's more the introduction.
You just see him and that's it. He's speaking. That's pretty much it.
Oh.
It's the bit in a bit when he actually starts being a bit more, which obviously we'll get into when it comes to that bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So obviously you're showing this clip of Terry shooting Derek Jeter in the middle of a tunnel just because you couldn't see him. And he's like, "Stop there! It's a private area. Stop!" And he comes to him and obviously just ends up shooting him. He's like, "I'm Derek Jeter." Uh-oh. And that geezer obviously jumps up on his chair, like, "You shot Derek Jeter!"
They're all swearing at him.
At the end, everyone's just abusing him. Before, obviously, it cuts back to Alan, who is sitting there and he's persuaded to do a desk pop, which is where you shoot your gun at the ceiling from your desk, which obviously is a fake thing, but they managed to persuade him so much. Like, oh no, wasn't it? And he's like, oh, when's the last time I had a desk pop? And the guy's like, I can't remember the actual date it was.
Yeah.
He's like, this isn't a real thing. He's like, oh, there's a real thing.
Didn't he say something like September 08 or something like that?
Yeah, I think it might have been that, actually, James. Good remembering there, James.
Thank you.
See, all I wrote in my notes for this part is, fuck the dickhead cops.
I've watched 2 films since I watched this film with you guys, so I've got those 2 films running through the back of the head at the same time. That damn Blade Trinity sucks.
Oh my god.
So, according to Urban Dictionary, though, desk pop is an actual thing.
Is it?
So,
really?
Yeah, the act of firing your weapon into the air while sitting down at your desk. It is an actual thing.
Do you reckon it came into... Do you reckon it came... Yeah, but do you reckon it came into like reality when this film came out?
It was by Mookmaster 2000 on August 25th, 2010.
Yep.
That's pretty...
Damn it, James, you couldn't have let me have one thing.
No, I needed to Google this.
When did this film come out exactly in 2010?
6th of August in the USA.
Did this guy just go and watch that film and then do a desk pop?
Most likely. Because...
Well, I mean, it literally quotes the film underneath because it's got gunshot, Hoyt, shots fired, what the hell are you doing? Gamble. I did my first desk pop. It's a real thing, right?
Okay, look.
Look. It's a real word.
Desk nut.
Please don't tell me that's what I think it is.
The act of nutting at your desk during work or school. Similar to a desk pop, but with busting a nut instead of discharging a weapon, if possible.
I think you stepped away from the film.
Oh no, this is the September 08 joke.
Oh
Wait,
my god.
Oh no, wait, last time you had a desk pop, September 08.
Well done, James. Was that right?
But they've changed it to Be a Man, Do It Now. Bust one off. Not his butt is busted at that. Okay.
Anyway, so obviously he's got the ball, falls for it, takes a shot. Everyone comes charging him. Guns are blazing. Like, what the hell? And obviously they realise.
Shots fired.
Yeah, they realise. This is an idiot. So he takes his gun off him. He gives him a wooden gun.
That easy for kids.
Yep. And then back to him sitting down, and over the call you hear armed robbery's happening, and everyone's like, "Yep, we got this." Everyone's jumping up. Obviously, Alan's sitting there, and he's like, "No, I don't really want to do this. I've got loads of paperwork." And next minute, Dancing on Highsmith, I heard over the radio saying they got it, which obviously annoys Terry to the extent that he starts calling himself a peacock who's got to be allowed to fly.
Yep.
I'm a peacock, and I've got to be like fly.
Oh god.
Which he's going to play into a joke at the end.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
So yeah, maybe. So the 2 cops come back in. They sit there. Dancing Highsmith driving, get their car taken out again for like the second time this week.
And the police light went off again.
Is this after where it shows the wrecking ball?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a wrecking ball. It's taken out a jewelry store.
That's the robbing bit.
Yeah, it's the robbery part.
I was trying to remember if it was this one or not.
Yeah, it's the wrecking ball. It takes it out. The Rebecca Molly, sorry, something I might add.
Because I was worried because I know what happens afterwards, and I didn't want it to be true.
Oh.
So yeah, they get there after this whole destruction happening. Car gets taken out, so they have to take
second time this week.
Yeah, they have to chase the villains on foot with Sam Jackson. I call them damn monkeys. Chasing after them, chase them up to like the top of a roof because they've got in the elevator. Get there, zip line off, put the zip line, and I was going to say this is probably the best moment in the entire movie.
Oh god, yeah.
Where the two agree, as you're about to say, Alex, to aim for the bushes, just to get down the building.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the song, there goes My Hero Hits by Foo Fighters, and they fall down to the bushes.
This is where I'm expecting an Assassin's Creed leap of faith moment.
Yeah.
But
then they realise
James, there's no bushes.
There's no bushes. It's just pavement.
Hit the ground. They jumped 20 stories just to get to the ground.
See, I was expecting like them to land on a person and just get up and walk.
No,
Because I was
Alex,
expecting them to be more prominent in the movie.
no,
Oh, you
Alex,
mean
they hit
like
the
that
ground.
one scene I just can't forget from the recent Aquaman movie where the one civilian gets like crushed by falling debris. The debris moved off of them, and then the civilian just gets up and runs off.
I know
Yep.
what you're in a bit. You're in a bit in the
Italy.
town, aren't you? Yeah, the little
Yeah.
town, aren't you?
But
Yeah,
this isn't about Aquaman.
When Black Manta attacks, yeah, I know you're on about.
yeah, and oh,
Look, Alex, I know this isn't not Aquaman, I know it's not DC, but there's enough Marvel actors in this film.
That's true.
This is a comic movie adaptation.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I found it funny how I literally wrote in my notes Samuel L. Jackson and Rock are a good combo, and then I put a dash because I wrote this right before Aim for the Bushes jumping off the building 20 stories and dying. I literally wrote, yeah, they're a really good combo, and then that was it. They were
I
gone.
literally love this scene just because it adds the shock factor to it. Because obviously, as you said, you think, even though the front cover's the two main stars, you think, these two might play a part in this. They're actually going to land on something below, but no. There's the shock. They're dead.
Needed more Samuel L. Jackson.
I'm just like, what the fuck, man? It's an out of nowhere scene, but works so fucking well, and I would never have thought to even consider that type of scene for a movie.
This is why I think like it's taking the mick out of like action films by like subverting the like what you expect. You expect like in action films, like just because it wouldn't make sense, they would survive that like in an action film, because action films like being more show offy than actual fight. But like you're not going to expect it to happen, but you do. Splat.
Since this is obviously The Rock's last scene in this movie, can I point out the fact that obviously other two hot pairings, both pairings have one actor in their midst that starred in a really bad video game adaptation. You got The Rock from Doom, you got Mark Wahlberg and Max Payne. God, they really picked the actors here. Luckily, they're not as shit as they are in those movies. Anywho, next scene's the funeral, where obviously Alan and Terry discussed pretty much what we've just been saying, where it made no sense what the hell they just did. Like, so obviously, everyone's response when they saw this movie is like, what? It's still a good scene.
Confusion.
Obviously, a quick funeral. Then you got the wake, where he watches Terry brawls with his fellow officer, Martin, portrayed by Rob Riggle, in Alan's defense. And obviously the men are blocked from view by the other officers. There's this very quiet little brawl on the floor.
It's just how it's just how they're whispering at each other. Like they'll still be respectful.
Hit him!
The band, they know they're at a funeral, and they'll whisper these horrible insults at each other.
Yep, until they
whilst basically having a slap fight.
Yep, until they're obviously broken up by Captain Gene, portrayed by the legendary Michael Keaton. And he obviously breaks him up, and he's been whispering, "You had a funeral, goddammit!"
Yeah, and after the fight's broke, when the captain leaves, and the one of them turns to the other one and goes, "Next time we'll meet in the library."
Meet you, library.
So good.
It's some good humour already.
Yeah.
And then, like, we come to like the police station again.
Yep.
And
That's what my notes say.
And then it's a shark monitor.
Yay!
Yay!
The reason why we think it's you, Tom.
I don't have sharks on my monitor. I've got you guys.
We know you're obsessed with Jaws, though.
Yeah. The amount of shark movies that you've made us watch.
What? 4?
It's made me review all the
Exactly. I have never watched a shark movie before.
Then again, I
it's
can't
like
seem to
5. Get it right.
I can't seem to get your Jaws 3 review out of my head. It was just constant. This is a terrible movie.
It's good you didn't watch the 4th one then.
Yeah. Watch the 4th one, James. It's pretty much the exact same, just with Michael Caine.
Oh, did I get the wrong film? I was talking about the one with Michael Caine.
Oh, yeah, that's the 4th one. The third one we did do the same sort of jokes, just about the Michael Caine references.
Yeah.
This with the BTEC Harrison Ford.
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck me!
Oh,
Let's say just be glad you're not Hayden. She's about 9 now. Sorry, it's 10 actually. We watched Bait, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
She watched 10
like
shark
Hayden.
movies.
Bait was good.
You're taking the bullet for the rest of us.
Yeah, but Bait had Phoebe Tonkin.
Diddy Kong.
Phoebe Tonkin.
Donkey Kong?
Phoebe from Friends.
No. Phoebe Tonkin.
Funky Kong.
From Vampire Diaries and H2O.
Groovy Kong.
Look, it's not Kong yet. It's the other guy's
Right, back to
the movie. So obviously at the precinct, as you say, you see the monitor.
Yeah.
Alan tries to speak to everyone. He's like, "Let's have a good day," and then he gets told to shut the fuck up by Jimmy, played by Bobby Cannavale, I believe that says.
The guy from
It was the guy from Ant-Man, and he's one of the guys who lost a lot of money due to Terry's, yanking clipping incident.
They play such brilliant.
I recognised him from somewhere.
Yeah, he was
They play really good bad guy, bullies.
Copper.
Because I just wanted to fucking punch them.
So what you're saying is all these are basically us lot bullying you.
I don't want to punch you though. It just reminds me of some people from secondary school. That's all.
Ah.
Yeah, it certainly brings back high school bullying memories. Yeah,
Since when did
it's very believable bullying.
Since when you sat there at school in front of a computer going, "Okay, guys, let's have a good day," and someone from the other room would say, "Shut the fuck up,
James."
Oh wait, no, that's me doing that.
Yeah, it's you.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, this film has a pretty realistic depiction of people in certain jobs.
Yeah, they're good bullying film. Very good bullying.
Yeah, very realistic.
Anyway,
I hate it.
Yeah, back to film. Terry then arrives, and another case comes up. So Martin and Fosse portrayed by Damon Wayans Jr., leave, and then Terry tries to persuade Alan to go with him, but he turns it down. He's got some work to do. So Terry
looking out.
goes, "Oh, can I have a word with it?" So he's like, "Cool, why not?" And he pulls his gun out.
Yes, this is when he pulls the gun on him.
Pulls the gun out, walks him through the precinct
with the police station.
Yeah, with Alan screaming that he's in a police station.
No one's seeing that,
and no one's noticing the fact that he's been taken hostage. I don't think no one's not noticed. I just think no one gives a shit about him to actually go, "Should we stop this fellow officer being dragged out by another officer with a gun pointed at him?"
They've already mentioned the scaffolding permit by this point, haven't they?
They have.
Have they?
I believe they have.
Yeah, because he was. That's what he's trying to do. That's what his work was. He's saying like, "Well, I got this."
Oh yeah, I got this scaffolding permit to look into. Yeah, and he brings it up fully in a bit. Yeah.
It's just thinking passing, but you know.
He does come up later on.
Yeah, I think it was like a little nod to it already, but not a massive nod. It's in a short while when it gets a bit more. Oh yeah, we're gonna do this.
Sorry, just looking through my notes. Apparently, I've written about them, like the main characters. How you see in most movies, they just shout in like a room to each other, and no one in the background seems to care. It's just all about them.
What do you expect?
Pardon?
It's a movie, baby. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Exactly, but you're just, like, if I was in the office, I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
Especially like now, I'm gonna make like a really far out there reference here because of the media I consume. In things like Persona 5, where like the main group is like, oh, we're the Phantom Thieves. Like it's a secret organization that, if the police found out, they'd be arrested. But they're yelling it out in the middle of like Tokyo City. It's like, oh yeah, we're doing the work as the Phantom Thieves.
Phantom Thieves. We're doing now. We're watching Lupin Ranger versus Pat Ranger.
I'll make an easier reference. It's like Team Rocket when they're discussing their plans in broad daylight, and people.
Or any other movie.
Yes.
People
basically
talk their
any
plans right
media.
in front of people. Yeah, basically.
Reference, yeah.
It's like films aren't realistic.
Yeah, which will be pointed out in a bit again.
Yeah.
But it's nice to know that like Alan's yelling out like, "Hey, there's been a gun pulled on me." It's like, why is nobody doing anything about this?
He drags him in.
the idea is no one cares.
Yeah, no one gives a shit about him.
Yeah, no, they're all police.
Obviously, he gets dragged into the car, so they drive away towards the crime scene to argue over music at one point, since Terry plays like heavy metal and Alan plays some crappy folk music.
I'd rather listen to Alan's, I'm not gonna lie. But some days, maybe Terry's.
I don't know, I just didn't like the drive around.
I like the metal.
Yeah, the heavy metal. Even though I'm not a big fan of heavy metal, I think I'd rather listen to that than that.
Some days I could
especially if you guys
metal.
like a case, you want to be like jamming all the way.
Yeah, you want to come drive down to Where's My Jewel?
The scene ends with obviously Terry throwing the CD outside before he forces Alan to floor it when Martin and Fosse say they are close by. So I was going to say this now. It just means Alan become a terrorist in this scene when he screams America and speeds down the road, which ends in him crashing to the crime scene and a lot of cocaine.
Yep.
He screams America.
They literally park on a body, don't they?
Yeah, drive over the body.
A speed bump. It's a lot more dead now.
It's just when he screams America gets this guy's a big copper and he's like a terrorist more than anything.
Also, can we talk about how he got aroused?
I thought more the American nationalist thing, like because like the idea is only in America could you speed through like loads of stuff and crash everything, and it'd be normal.
Yeah,
because America is very extreme, shall we say?
Yeah, saying Alex. What was you saying then?
Alan mentioned that got him aroused.
I'm sorry, but is your name Alex?
Hi.
I'm sorry. I'm just remembering the fact that you mentioned it, and letting the group know. Do you need me to Google that for you?
I'm sorry. I have a mouth. I can talk.
So Alex, what was that you were saying again?
Can we talk about how he got aroused from speeding through the people?
Yeah, but so does James in Watch of Thomas Tank Engine. You know, you just
one time, twice.
When you say Thomas Tank Engine, you do mean the TV show, not the home footage of me just sitting on top of a train.
Yeah. The little one's secret. That's his birthday present.
Yeah.
Spoil that.
Yeah, that game I gave you, that was a con. That was actually a ruse.
Yeah,
for present.
It's actually your game.
Yeah, you got to know. Give you reset it back to me. If I get the refund on it. Anywho, so after this whole fiasco, you then see obviously David Ersham, played by English icon Steve Coogan, fully this time. Yeah, Alan Partridge, as we've pointed out, and he's shown obviously given sort of been introduced to his watching eye, Roger Wesley, played by Ray Stevenson, or the big fat guy out of 4.
At this time, I wrote down
Warzone.
my predictions for the end of the film, and I put that they were both I put that they were both bad guys. This was like a very early prediction, but yeah, it was either them or the 2 bully police cops.
For most of this film, as his names, I put obviously the characters' names. I forgot it instantly. I was going to put in the Aussie. Obviously, he's Australian in this. So I have to go from my entire notes this morning, replacing every word where it said the Aussie with Roger.
I just put Aussie.
I thought his name was David.
No, David's Steve Coogan.
Yeah.
He's the guy with the curly hair.
I just put David as like Alan.
Oh, I got his name wrong.
Yeah, I can actually do that. For the fact that I was obviously referring to Will Ferrell's character as Alan, so it'd be a bit awkward going, wait, I thought Alan wasn't there.
In mine I called Will Ferrell James. I got a very mixed up notes.
Right, so anyway, he's obviously going to be following him everywhere until he gets his partner's money back. Just to con him instantly by saying that she overreacted. She's a woman at the end of the day. He's like, right, mate, I heard all of it. And he's like, oh, okay.
Nice accent.
Very much. And obviously back with the other guys. Alan this time forces Terry to go down to the scaffolding case, which you mentioned, by smashing him in the face with his gun. Sorry, his wooden gun. Not his actual gun, because that got taken away from him.
His gun is like, yeah, we've got to come with me. It's like, never the real gun. And he just slaps in the face.
Yeah. Ow!
Can we talk about that they used Ask Jeeves as well?
Oh god. Yeah.
Oh.
I was just like, isn't that dead? Like, didn't they shut that down? But I'm guessing, I didn't really know what year it came out, so
Very
it was
dim.
probably alive
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
and
very
still
alive.
active back then.
Back then, it's probably like on its way out, but
Yeah.
still hanging on.
Yep. This movie was just like helping it a tiny, tiny bit.
And it did not.
Not enough though.
Anyway, they arrive at the location.
Oh, it's been renamed. It's now Ask.com.
Confused.com.
James doing his silent type in the background then.
Of course, he's fucking sorry.
So, yeah, anyway, apart from that, you obviously get there, they start walking through, arguing again. They bump into, obviously, David, and he's like, "You're David Urshan?" He's like, "Oh, yeah. You're a fan of something?" He's like, "Nope, you're under arrest," and he arrests him, takes him out, drags him to the car, and drive away when they're taken out, obviously, by the security detail, who, at some point during this siege of, obviously, the guy, they managed to get not just their guns, but their shoes.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Take their gun and wooden gun, and somehow take the shoes off both of them before
Take
driving
their
away
phone
in their vehicle.
Yeah. He takes
Yep.
one of their phones, and the other one.
No, he didn't take his phone. His phone fell out in the car.
No, but he took the guy from Ted's phone because he said he took our phones.
Oh yeah, yeah. His phone fell out in the car, didn't he?
The other one, yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
that's
the
It's
fact
just
that
random, but how the fuck do you get their shoes? Such quick of a siege.
magic Aussie powers.
Aussies are pretty powerful.
yeah,
We also see that the female security detail that's with them
Starts hitting on Alan.
a bit of a flirty moment with
Yep.
Will
My
Ferrell.
butterfly.
It's actually the first instance of what's going to happen many more times throughout this movie.
yeah.
This is where the similarities between me and this character break
Disappear.
apart.
Oh yeah, there's little breaks. But personality-wise, yes. The way everyone reacts to him,
No,
Yep.
certain situations.
it's you, but more popular.
When
and
he's
like-
been taken, he's obviously shouting, "Don't let them take me." which
I'm
obviously
you,
hints.
but better.
And so
They then have to walk back to the precinct. It's just the socks, which ends in them being pulled to pieces.
Yeah, the very nice
feet.
white looking socks turned black.
And
And I think-
Holly.
when they go back into the office, because they get called into the office by the chief, and as he basically tells them like
Back
it's
off.
all a misunderstanding because his lawyer's there in it.
The lawyer and the DA, I think it
Yeah.
was. And he's
And
like,
so-
"Oh yeah, it misunderstanding. We're still on
Oh.
the scaffolding case. You need to back off now."
We missed one important thing as well.
What?
Hey Douglas, how's the wife? She's dead. Attaboy.
Oh yeah, that bit.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
when
wow.
David calling Alan Parker then. When David's walking through obviously the wall around his phone, and he's
Yeah.
talking to people. And he obviously speaks that one guy, doesn't he? Like, "How's your wife?" And he's like, "He's dead."
Yeah.
Alan boy.
Congratulations, Douglas.
I forgot about that bit.
But yeah, back to
Back to this bit. So obviously he tells him to back off.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, obviously
I
the
have to say it.
security details sort of here as well. And, like, they thought he was just being kidnapped, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna stop here."
Brought their
It was-
guns back as well.
Yeah, they brought the guns back. Which
With
we'll
a
get,
nice
to the,
gloss.
we'll get to the gloss bit in a minute.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I was
Something
literally
good.
about to mention it, but clearly I've been
Putting the
to
glove.
the punch.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Hayden. Thank
So
you.
obviously, he then threatens Terry, obviously because he tries to beat him up. He's like threatens him that weird quote about what he likes, like Kylie Minogue and that weird
Yeah,
dimple above
Do you think he likes his will?
the woman's left buttocks.
No. Dimples.
Why did you sound very like Australian with that quote? Then I can't place the accent you tried. You ended up.
I don't know. I was trying to use it, but I was trying not to at the same time.
It sounded like something from up north. That's how you
well,
sounded when you
You
said
think
Kylie
that was
Minogue.
will.
Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue.
That's how you sounded. So
And
I heard the end of the Minogue. That's how you sounded. It's like, are we trying to go
Minogue.
Australian then?
I've tried not to do an accent because I learned from last time not to do one.
What did last time?
We was doing Godzilla.
You started leaning into the very racist accent, yeah. What was it you were quoting? You were quoting someone, weren't you?
Powers. I was trying to quote like Austin Powers. When goes, oh, it's Godzilla.
Yeah, you said the actual quote, but it's like, yeah, I was like, you better stop doing that. That's quite offensive. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, fuck.
But yeah, back to the office scene again.
Yeah, so obviously after he's threatened him with the kimono with Buttocks Joe, they leave, they get the weapons back, as you say. Alan's Wooden's got like this sort of dark wood, sort of glossy finish. He's like, you should drop a thank you note there. Again, it's just another random moment. It doesn't need to be there, but it's funny that it is.
Yeah, it's one of those good old, it doesn't need to be there, but it's just such a nice touch.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, you might want to drop my thank you note. Like, I might do that then.
I like how he basically just takes like a completely different route to what most cop films would go. Like they even mention the fact that the chief has 2 jobs.
Yeah. Which obviously we'll see later on, the other job.
But he actively says, like, look, I work 2 jobs. I work here, and afternoons at Bed Bath and Beyond.
Or his DJ bisexual son.
Yeah.
His son is exploring his bisexuality.
Oh yeah, he works 2 jobs
wants
to
to be a
get
DJ.
his son through
college.
Getting his son through college
to explore
his
bisexuality and become a DJ.
DJ.
Well, I love how they put it in the subtitles. It was D-double-E J rather than just DJ.
He just like throws the quote at people as well. And that the DA says something to him. He's like, how's your son? He's like, he's bisexual.
That's literally all he said. How's your son? Oh, my son's a bisexual.
Ah, nice.
So anyway, after agreeing on the fact that the security detail is very dodgy and are pretending, the two agree to have dinner and discuss the case.
But obviously during the time, Alan's basically he's basically criticizing his wife and stuff.
Yeah, he's very criticizing her, like, the old lady and stuff like that. There's quotes and you're like, you sort of imagining like very ugly broad, just like
very much playing to Alan's a loser. Like it's amazing that he's even got a wife.
Yeah, and put to dinner, and obviously Alan shows off his work that he's been working on, his little presentation that he's whipped up.
Oh god, yeah.
He's showing it all up, and it's like really
on Premiere Pro.
Ironically, like this will be.
And it's got a 99-cent voiceover.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You obviously then meet his wife, portrayed by Eva Mendes, and Terry laughs it off when he's told that this is his wife. And he's like, "No, come on, who is she? It's the old lady, the old ball on the chain."
So who's this? He doesn't believe it at all.
Nope, he does not believe Sheila is his wife. Which is obviously another funny moment.
Yeah. Even during dinner, it's like, I still can't believe you're his wife.
Yeah, he starts obviously goo-goo-eyeing her all the time for dinner.
And then they talk about how they met.
Yeah.
Obviously, Terry goes, so why him?
Yeah, that was it.
How did you meet? Yeah.
So, is that a film? What's that film?
It's a boring story. Yeah.
It's a standard story.
I got sent to the ENA with poison ivy up my ass.
It's like the movie Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks. What's it?
They go for all like, what film has that?
I don't remember a film with Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks. So he's got poison ivy shoved up his ass. What's the film?
I don't remember.
Silent Googler. What was the film?
I don't know, and I don't know what to Google.
But I remember, like, when you go, hang on, Tom Hanks didn't have that bizarre. He goes, oh, he definitely did way up there.
Oh, Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks film. Thanks, Google. Oh. You've got mail.
Yeah, I just got that as well. I was a loud typer in the background. I got it up as well.
That was it.
Did you just call me a loud typer?
No, I loud typed, not you.
Oh, I was going to say, it's mean.
I got it just about the same time as James said you got mail. I was like, oh, you bastard. But yeah, obviously, they could do all this. She keeps obviously complaining about his wife at the same time. And again, it's obviously like a subplot. Obviously, this weird sort of thing of obviously him being confused why he's getting all the hotties. But it's a subplot that works.
Oh, he definitely does.
And it's even more funny when he leaves and he keeps saying "Bye, Sheila," and he's like,
"Bye, Terry. Bye, Sheila."
And even Alan's like, "I don't think you heard me. Bye, Terry. Bye, Sheila."
Well, as my brain just thought, going back to your prior point of this subplot with Alan getting the hot women, you go from having Alan being your Boyle character from Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
being Jake Peralta,
the loser, pencil pusher kind of guy, to wow, how does he get these women?
Yeah, but like if he actually like managed to get every single girl in the entire PlayStation.
Yep.
Basically.
Never have.
I need to watch the new season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Anyway, back to the review. So the next scene, obviously, the two is in the car when they're like, "Oh, the phone," and he's like, the security detail obviously butt dialed the phone, and like, "Oh shit, we gotta find it," because obviously they find this when they head to, let's just say, the car being found by the water, where an orgy happened. A raccoon gave birth, and there's a note from Dirty Mike and the boys saying thanks for the F Shack.
Thanks for that F Shack in your car.
Yeah, it's literally how the guy's going through. It's like, oh yeah, like no fingerprints or anything like that. But there was clearly a group of homeless people had an orgy and a mama raccoon gave birth, and he's going into such detail about all of it.
It's the bit I guess he's like, was there a struggle? No, everyone was definitely willing on this orgy.
It was consensual.
It was all consensual.
And he's like, oh, there's some like scratch off lottery tickets, and he's like, oh, I found a phone. Ah, it's mine. And obviously that's where they find the butt dialed message.
But and then find out, like, who butt dialed was
his ex-girlfriend.
His ex-girlfriend.
And he's like, okay, let's go and find out what's going on there then. And it's obviously Alan doing the scratching off the fucking tickets. Like, not even a second chance. And obviously then they go and meet his ex-girlfriend, Christina, played by Natalie Z. You obviously have Alan try... What?
He's a looker.
Yeah, another one, and he's like obviously shocked at the fact that he's got with another hot girl. And obviously he tries to get the phone from her, while she's clearly still into him, with all the quotes she keeps making about, I've done stuff with this guy that you wouldn't believe. And that guy, she means obviously her husband.
Yeah, and obviously he's like her now husband. Obviously he's just weirdly into it.
Yeah, he's really weird. Her husband, it's like Hal, his name is, obviously played by Strange Things actor Brett Gelman. And obviously they sort of agree to sort of, all right, yeah, come with me, I'll get your phone. And they go into the kitchen that Christina found. No, it's the bit before as well when he calls us Christina, doesn't he? He's like, it's Christina! You come in here, you get my wife's name wrong!
Oh god, the old show.
I put hot woman, love the nerds. Where did I go wrong?
So they go in the kitchen.
I want to live in this universe where total losers get to bang 10 out of 10s.
I don't want to bang losers.
You're not a 10 out of 10.
No.
How dare you?
Can you just go and fight and me and James will finish this off then?
All women are queens.
That's not what you said about Hayden when she wasn't in the chat earlier.
I'm going to meet you in the library.
You, me, library.
We'll record that for another video. The nerd fight in the library.
Where were we with the film?
So yeah, he gets in the kitchen, he snaps the phone off after she tries to make out with him.
Christine Psycho Love.
It's Christine F. Get it right!
I I was wavering on the rating for Christina, but this is the scene that confirmed she was a 10 out of 10. Because a woman can't be a 10 out of 10 without being absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's obviously she got crazy chase after him. He runs into the living room. He's like, "Quick, Terry, let's go!" Say bolt. They start running. Her husband chases after him, screaming the word, "You come back here and have sex with my wife."
Can we talk about how he's got a lovely beard, but he's smooth all over his body?
Oh, dear.
It's all shaven.
Until you see Stranger Things. He definitely is not in that.
Yeah, it's just how he's left behind the living room with
yeah, isn't that weird, like Deadpool
with
position,
Terry.
isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like, I bet from the beard you think more hairy. From not.
Yeah, literally, after the chase, the scene doesn't even end there, because obviously after they listen to the recording, when they find out the truth, you see the guy and the ex-wife continue chasing them down the streets.
I just wrote down, damn, they followed.
And he's like, quick, get out of here!
Yeah, they mentioned how they chased the car like 20 miles.
Oh god, we're like 20 miles away!
Get back here!
Yeah, we learn that, obviously...
Have sex with my wife.
We learn?
You know, obviously the bad guys are really bad guys.
Yeah, they're bad guys. And, they were using lottery to cover up their losses.
Something like that, yeah. But I don't think I think we focused on the real important thing of that scene, which was the people chasing the car.
Oh yeah,
yeah, for 20 miles.
Yeah.
You don't need the plot when a madman is chasing your car.
Complaining that he wants you to have sex with his wife.
I've also put down doggy love.
Damn it! I need to be in that straight.
No, I'm very confused why I wrote doggy love.
But you watching some very weird porn on the other screen?
I don't think I was.
You may have been.
Probably not.
Check your browser history.
It's not there.
You're definitely on incognito then?
The silent Google.
I never use incognito.
Alex's
browser history. Oh yeah, if you don't know, we send out all our browser data goes to James, so even if you're on incognito, you find out everything we've been watching.
Wait, what? I didn't sign up for that.
Do you know? When we last around your house, you put it into your computer and was distracting you.
Looks like I need new friends.
When you smashed that glass last time, he was distracting you. That was the
he
distraction.
wasn't even there.
Right, that was the ritual, remember? Smash the glass and then shout Mazel Tov.
Yeah, that's the distraction.
At the house.
That was the distraction, though. He stuck in through the window then. You start messing with your computer.
But it's a new computer.
He just adapts to whatever system you got.
Okay.
It's like a little robot that hides in the corner of your room. And when you get a new computer, it goes into the new machine and hacks into it for you.
Okay,
James is not actually a elite hacker. Terms and conditions apply.
Anyway, back to the movie. The next bit is obviously them talking over the plan, what they're going to do, while Alan sings that very weird song. It was consensual.
Children with pink eye.
It's the pub scene, isn't it?
Yeah, when he's singing it with a load of men.
British, like during the war.
Yeah, like
it's as that weren't like obviously at the end they were burning their Harry Potter books.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they were. I'm pretty sure Shakira didn't write those during the war.
Yeah, it's like a really weird moment, but it's still funny. It's like, what the fuck's going on? Obviously, before Terry says, "Oh, I've got to leave, go see my girlfriend," he's like, "Wait, what?" And obviously, Alan's confused, like, "But you said you're not with anyone." Yeah, you should confuse not just Alan here, but you should confuse everyone for the fact that when you go and see her, it is confirmed that she's his ex-girlfriend, not his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Who works at a dance studio, which he obviously refers to as a strip club because you're working the pole again.
This is a ballerina dance studio. All the poles are horizontal.
This is talking to the guy with her, isn't he? He's like, "Oh, you must be like the bouncer or something like that, isn't it?" Oh, that's your boyfriend.
Why, is this your new boyfriend?
And obviously Alan turns up there in the corner and he's like, "He still loves you!"
For some reason I thought you do not know what love is. Was that a song playing?
Can you take your weird friend out of here?
Yeah, creepy guy at the door, aka James.
Can you and that creepy guy at the doorway just go?
I've got to support my friends, you know.
I love at the end where like when Terry leaves, he obviously Anne still stays there. Like, you're making it worse. Go, please.
As he just slowly walks backwards.
See, this is literally a scene that could easily be taken out of the movie and obviously not missed, but it's good it's here because obviously it adds more backstory to Terry, who obviously still thinks he's in a relationship even though he's not. And obviously adds the more jokes for this movie.
We also
obviously they get into
why
the case
they
more.
broke up because about the police. But
Yeah.
She's saying like you'd be surprised for you, Terry, but like not everything involved in police work.
Yeah, and obviously then they go outside then. You get the joke where, how do you know how to dance like that? Because obviously he danced to try and get her attention.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we used to do it to all the... Like, was it sort of like... People like the people... Technically set the gays, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
Harry's a closeted gay.
It's like Alan's like, you sarcastically learn how to do that
brilliantly
to make fun of people.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty certain is a similar joke used in Family Guy. I'm pretty certain I've seen that sort of type of joke in there.
Probably.
I think it was the dog episode from Brian after he died. I think he made a sort of joke about that. They all the people in the town that had to do something just to ironically take the piss out of someone.
Rings a bell, yeah.
Anywho, on the next stage of the case, they're obviously driving to Jersey, where Alan gives Terry a mug which says FBI, aka James. Do you want to say it?
Female body inspector.
And it's the way he laughs so much at the mug. He's loving it. He's proper loving it. And like Terry's just like
yeet.
Throws it. Yeah,
this
out
is
the window.
This is where the comparison that Geeky made between Alan, myself, and Terry and Thomas was first raised between the group, and yeah, it really opened my eyes because that's totally so. I'd buy other people a mug and laugh hysterically at what was written on it.
I bought you a mug.
James was pissing himself laughing.
I was.
Right at the same time, Alan
You
was.
have bought me a mug. I still have it.
Have you used it?
Yes.
But
I have like 5 still to choose from. So if it gets to the back of the cupboard, then it's not getting picked.
Well, yeet the other cups. Yeet the other cups.
Have I joined the wrong podcast?
They are mugs.
Is this a mug podcast?
Mugcast.
Where we talk about
today
mug we love?
I have my Mr. Cool mug. This actually came with socks.
Oh my god.
I accidentally joined into a middle-aged man's podcast. Leave here now.
It's a white mug with blue writing and a blue interior.
Anyway, they carry on with their drive.
Yeah.
Especially the music changes again.
Yep. And
then they pull up to the
music
place.
comes on again, doesn't it? That weird
Yeah, it's because as he mentioned prior in the film that he's got 6 copies of
the film.
Of the song, the radio thing. Yeah, that thing.
Folk music, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember the actual word he used, but yeah, and he's like got loads
river
more,
songs.
Yeah, river folk music, something like that.
Yeah, I didn't even have to Google that.
And he's like, I got loads more like lined up of this. And you can tell fucking Terry's straight up pissed. He's like, no, I'm just annoyed now. And instead you say, then you arrive in Jersey, the sort of place I need to go, and they're caught in that explosion, which
boom
ends in Alan calling out movies for being bullshit like you did earlier.
Yeah.
When they have someone walk away from explosions.
Alan was critiquing on explosions like in films like Star Wars.
Yeah, he said the Millennium Falcon and Death Star.
How dare you criticize Star Wars?
Yep.
That film was scientifically accurate.
Explosions are wrong.
And right after the explosion, how it cuts to the bad guy just goes, I love bombs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can
we talk about it? This is on the head as well.
I love bombs.
I love bombs, mate.
Close enough. But yeah, and obviously Alan starts complaining that he's got soft tissue damage.
Yep.
And he definitely needs an MRI.
And then grown men crying.
Yep, and then the paramedics arrive.
We're coming up to a good part.
And Alan wants to go back, obviously, to sort the case out.
Yeah, he wants to go back to his desk job where things don't explode.
Yeah.
And Terry's like, no, I want to carry on with this case. He's like, no, I don't want to do that. He's like, why
What
do you want to do it? What are you telling me? And then I get the backstory of Alan.
Then we get the
at college.
Story that used to be a bard.
And he helped out his roommate with her dates, which ends in basically being a pimp called Gator.
Gator, the pimp master.
Wasn't a pimp.
And he wasn't a pimp, but his alter ego eventually got the better of him and he's taken to hospital, which is where obviously he meets his wife. But it's the cut. So it starts off with obviously her talking to him and, oh, I want you to help. He's like, oh, yeah, I can arrange all this for you. And it slowly descends into more and more women.
Yeah, more of her friends wanted in, and eventually it reaches 14 girls that he's shielding in air quotation marks.
You see his outfit change each visual flashback. His outfit slowly starts to change into using that weird outfit.
He looks like your GTA character.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's good if you mention that, but we'll mention that later.
It's Tom.
Yeah.
Actually, I would have said the pimp's more like you, Hayden.
What do you mean? My character was like simple ego.
So I love the fact that
having pink hair.
I love the fact that obviously they do actually build up to how he met his wife. This is why. Yeah. And obviously they explain it a bit more again later on when she's arguing with him. When she points out, I saw this guy in there, he's not a pimp.
Yeah.
And obviously
it's just how he fervently denies every time Terry's like, you were a pimp. It's like, no, of course I wasn't.
Yep. It's literally pretty the best backstory for like a character in this kind of not as massive movie. Because you look at, obviously, you see these characters, obviously, Terry's just, this guy, not really much to know about him. Obviously, got Alan, he's just like a pencil pusher, not much to know about him. And they're like, oh yeah, Alan was also a pimp back in the day. And it's like, wait, I'm sorry, can you go into detail there, please? Did you just say he was a pimp back in the day?
Both their backstories are so extreme. Like, got Alan was a pimp, and Terry shot one of those, like, a famous bastard that made everyone lose money.
It's all backwards.
I'm sorry, what did you call him? A famous what?
I don't know. I said baseball.
I thought you said basketball at first.
I also thought he said basketball.
I meant to say baseball. I think I might have said.
I was like, wait. Did you say basket? I heard the basket. I was like, wait, what?
Next, you're gonna call soccer football, aren't you?
Football.
Soccer.
Football, crazy to football, mad.
I even like football.
Anyway, back to the movie. So,
how dare you, James?
At
we're in New York, baby.
At David's office, you see the other guys arrive and they start questioning him, and you got that weird porn on in the background.
Oh yeah,
that pirate porn.
He closes the laptop, but he still plays on. It's like,
yeah. Well, it's really what?
What?
I was going to say, it's like doing the weird childlike voice.
No.
Go on.
No.
Go on.
No.
Do the rock.
Don't do the weird noise. No.
No, it's Hayden off.
Fine. Okay, we'll carry on. So they question him while Alan drinks that cucumber water, which he really likes.
It's really good.
And obviously after this random convo about the water, obviously David offers them courtside seats to the Knicks game.
And they take it.
When they take it, start cheering, then realise this was a bribe, wasn't it? Here it was. So they obviously go back, and I was like, oh, come on, that was a bribe. He's like, fine.
Mamma Mia.
Or Jersey Boys. They look at
it's
each
Mamma
other.
Mia.
Mamma Mia, yeah.
Yeah, it's Mamma Mia. Get the facts right, Tom.
No, he goes, Mamma Mia.
Or Jersey Boys.
That's what I said. I said that. I said Mamma Mia or Jersey Boys.
No,
you get your hearing aids right.
I didn't hear you say Mamma Mia.
You dead fuck.
I also want to point out that in my notes I wrote Jersey Shore, and I'm very disappointed in myself.
James, get out this podcast now.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's your birthday podcast, but get out of here now.
Thanks for having me. I'll see you guys next time.
Alex, you did the Pokemon one solo with us.
Yes.
But anyway, they go and watch obviously watch Jersey Boys, not Jersey Shore, James.
I did it again.
And yeah, they realise he did it again, so they have to go back to the office. And he's like, okay, get some cucumber water.
Sorry. So no, we don't want the water.
And obviously he drags him aside. He's like, okay, we're doing good cop, bad cop. Okay.
Oh no, he asks them how Jersey Boys was first. And Anne's like, it wasn't good. It was excellent.
Really undersold it.
Yeah, and obviously they agree on
that's when Terry pulls Alan aside. It's like, okay, good cop, bad cop now.
Terry goes over, does the bad cop routine. And then somehow that turns into bad cop, even badder cop. Or bad cop, as they say.
Yeah, Alan just misunderstood.
Yeah, and obviously he goes
started throwing him around the room.
Starts screaming at him. Yeah, because the joke is, he goes, I don't talk to you, I talk to him, he's the reasonable guy. And then he spins over screaming at him.
You think I'm reasonable?
Where is she?
Smashes the entire office.
So he starts smashing the office apart and ends up rugby tackling him to the ground.
Yep.
Before obviously they leave. And, argue.
And then he comes up to, damn, badass Tom.
Yeah, but I want to say how, mate, that whole sequence was. It's like from the get-go of them going to the office and then them leaving the office at that point.
Yeah.
Obviously, the clips of them going to the two places before, obviously, we did a bad cop, bad cop routine. I just think that's a great sort of little section of this movie's part. It just flows like really good into the next part.
And because we are shown that like they've took the
2 bribes. They've taken 2 bribes without fucking realising the bribe until after they've gone to then locations. I think that makes it more funnier.
Well, looking out, like I said, good cop, bad cop. Oh, I thought you said bad cop, bad cop. I just really misheard what you said then.
At the time, I thought you said bad cop, mad cop.
Bad cop.
Sad cop, dad cop, lad cop.
Like you're saying, Alex, they decided to obviously ambush by motorcycle goons who were no match for Terry's masculine strength.
Yep, the badass Tom.
And obviously Alan goes like, damn, do you imagine how like good your career would be if you didn't shot the baseball guy?
Derek Jeter.
I just said it and I completely forgot what he
You mean basketball?
Baseball.
Soccer.
Fuck off, Alex.
But obviously, eventually, they're both taken down by Roger, who sneaks up behind. Obviously, Terry zaps him with the taser, and the woman obviously zaps Alan with the quote.
Oh, the butterfly.
Yeah, she does another weird quote towards him, and they end up
apologising.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my loved one.
I'm sorry.
And they wake up on the
train. Obviously,
with their shoes again.
They took my shoes again. And my wooden gun.
I feel like there's a foot fetish joke going on there.
I literally put that in my notes. Took shoes in brackets, foot fetish.
Yeah, I just put underneath poor butterfly, foot fetish.
I'm glad we're thinking along the same lines.
I'm not.
They wake up on the train, and then
they wake up and then they're in Vegas.
Like, we're in Vegas.
I just love if you look at them though. You got obviously they look like they're enjoying themselves because obviously got while they're waiting for this car to be towed. You got fucking and then obviously like that. I was in Vegas sort of type of t-shirt.
Yeah.
And you got Terry with that massive fucking cup in the background drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Look like they've just had like the time of their lives. And then like instantly calling the chief. It looks like they've just gone around Vegas for a bit and then called the chief, who's obviously very angry with them.
Obviously.
And
he thinks that Alan's like lying. Don't bullshit me.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm being completely honest.
So the 2 head back to the precinct and cornered by. Oh no, it's it's for the boss of the DA, not the earlier.
The DA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I said that earlier.
Neither do I. I thought you were just mentioning it for like later on, but no, you mentioned it there.
No, I got my scenes. To be fair, I did that once before. I did get my scenes mixed up.
Yeah,
it happens occasionally. It's the exact same sort of scene, just with a new character in. That's what the confusing part was. But yeah, this is the bit with the DA, which obviously we said earlier. I just saw bisexual.
The only discernible trait.
He seems to flaunt it around. Gotta make sure that there's at least someone who's gay in the show. Gotta show the agenda, right?
They get the guns back. Well, Terry does. And then now gets a rape whistle. It's obviously funnier than the wooden gun since, he's a cop. And he's been told, here's a rape whistle. You get into trouble, blow the whistle.
It's just how he pulls the whistle out, and my brain immediately goes, he's being handed a rape whistle. Before it was even mentioned.
Then it was a rape whistle.
Just how I knew.
Bit trouble in there, James. Bit trouble.
And how he explained it, like, if you blow that, somebody who actually has a gun will come and help you.
Don't worry, Alex. The next scene, I will mention him. Because they now run into Bob, who Terry screams at for realising he did wrong and he fucked up. And he's like, come on, Bob, I didn't mean it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the union vote on the pension. Pension fund, that was it.
Doing enough. And obviously you have
what do you actually do around here, Bob?
That was it. And obviously after this argument and him apologizing, it cuts to Alan having obviously dinner with his wife, who constantly calls out a cooking taste like he's like ass or something like that. It's like, Alan,
what are you being so mean for?
And eventually this turns into Gator.
Yeah, he starts coming back.
Yeah.
He starts to be shit at her.
Pimps don't cry.
Yeah, she uses a little story and starts singing Pimps Don't Cry with him before saying that she's pregnant, and he's like, who's baby that? Yeah, who's baby that? And obviously she starts crying. He's like, get out, Alan! And obviously has to fuck off.
Gator came out, Gator get kicked out.
It's just how he thinks that she slept with someone else, even though he's clearly his wife, and somehow that turns him into Gator. When he's angry, he becomes his alter ego that hasn't been seen for a long time. I just love this argument. Do you think he's like become good, calm down, and then that just happens? Who's baby that? Yeah, bitches, rubber. And that leads to another good scene where obviously they're sitting by the water, where Alan's confronted by Terry, who talks to him before Dirty Mike arrives and runs away when they show him the badge, but it's those last words that will stay with us forever. We will have sex in your car again.
We're gonna have sex in your car. Just you wait.
I'm so happy they carried on the orgy joke.
It's just like how he does. Like, are you Dirty Mike and the boys?
Hey, are you Dirty Mike? Shit, he's on to us. We will have sex in that car again. I love how it plays on again in a bit. You hear the reference once again later on. Some homeless guys were messing around with it.
Yeah, Alan's car gets towed again because they do have.
Well, they mess around
his car again.
But yeah, after this conversation, Dirty Mike runs off to go get really drunk.
And there's that cool, really amazing, freeze frame compilation.
Really great montage of the freeze frames.
Gator is wild cannibal.
Starts obviously them just walking into the bar with obviously Terry with a glass in his hand, the booze clearly flying out of it, and it slowly descends following the night. Everyone is getting drunk and going crazy. I just really love the montage. It was really well shot.
Yeah,
they had a really good time.
And then right at the end,
Alan's pissing in the pool table.
That's it.
Ooh.
Seems like me when I ever get really wasted.
While Terry's just having a nice civil time, just fucking Alan just pissing in it, and I just put role reversal.
But anyway, the next morning they go obviously visit what ends up being David's lawyer, because they're like, we need to go give this to the attorney, who turns out obviously be his lawyer. And he's like, wait. What?
Oh yeah, when they're told to hand over their investigation.
Yeah, and obviously before they go into the room, they meet the secretary, which ends up in Alan throwing up in the bin.
Did you have a bin? Yeah, just there.
Secretary played by the new Sonic the Hedgehog himself, or the guy from DuckTales.
Woo!
Yep. Obviously, they leave after they go inside to talk to him, give him the stuff, threaten him, then they leave. But then,
well, this is obviously after the talk of where they explain the different federal departments. And the one they mentioned where Terry's like is that like a prison?
No, it's like a bank. He still doesn't really.
And he threatens the lawyer later. It's like, if you keep talking like that, you're going to end up in the. It was the federal something.
Yeah,
something like that.
And like, Alan just has to explain, like, he doesn't quite get the concept.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have to leave. But then the people's back there like moments later when they hear like about a jumper, and they go back and they find the lawyer on the ledge, which results in Alan using an ice cream man's PA just to try and talk him down really calmly, while Terry obviously yells at him.
Terry's like, no, I think I know how to deal with this.
And then just like makes it sound like life is nothing.
Alan's like, no, like takes it back, like, no, I got this. It's like, in terms like, you can. I
don't think you'll jump. I'm listening to everyone down here, and they don't think you got it in you.
But I believe in you.
You can do it.
It's the bit.
We don't want you to do it, but
it's the bit at the end though when he goes, "Oh, he's flying!"
Oh look, he's flying.
Yep, he jumped.
He's flying.
And Alan starts blowing the right whistle. Help! Help!
It was as I realise now where I am with my notes, because I put in brackets after jumping scene. It was after this scene that Alan's car is towed away because of Dirty Mike and the boys.
Yeah, there was just some homeless people just
messing around
having it on in this car.
No, I don't think they were in the car. They're messing around near the car, I think.
Oh, was it near the car?
They're trying to get into the car. They towed it. And obviously after this sequence, they then get demoted different parts of the department.
Yeah.
Traffic cop and to walk the beat.
Yeah,
beat cop.
And then obviously it shows you then they're doing their own things. So Terry obviously doing traffic duty, directing and kicking traffic. Alan on the other hand, obviously he's walking there, but he's lifting weights, drinking, and doing some good old solo detective work.
It's really starting to show the role reversal now, where one of them's just like accepted their position, is listening to a higher authority, whilst, in Terry, the one who you'd think would go against the system and continue on the investigation, whereas Alan's the one that's working the weights, carrying on the investigation.
And then barging into Gene's office and dropping the whistle before yelling, "Galen needs his get back, you punk ass bitch."
Galen needs his gun back.
No way, like he's training and drinking. I love the bit where like he grabs like a whiskey bottle, drinks it. He like say he hates it, so he gets like a bottle of hooch or something, like a really like alpha pop, and drinks that instead.
See, I love the office scene though. I love Gene's like response.
Gene's reaction, just like, the shock face, and he immediately goes shuffling through the drawers.
Pulls the gun in that air. He's like, "Here you go," and obviously just walks out. And obviously he then breaks into Terry's apartment. And
doesn't Alan like thank him and then walk out?
Yeah, I think so. It's like thanks and just walks off. And his face like, no, I don't need to do that. Because obviously he continues his phone conversation. As I said, it cuts to Alan, who's broken into Terry's apartment. And they have to chat into the bed because, people are listening.
It's like, oh, they could be tapped. Like, oh, I've got something big.
Yeah, he tries to convince him to help, but he'd rather stick to obviously his new job as a traffic cop. Which
it's like he actively, and it shows how he was traffic cop of the month for October. Yeah, it's really hard to say. Traffic cop. Try saying that 10 times faster. You're
traffic cop.
Traffic cop of the month for October. He's like, oh yeah, I love being a traffic, and how his traffic cop scene went from him, like as you mentioned, like kicking a taxi to doing like the full-on dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from
oh man, I love being a traffic cop.
This you see Alan.
He mentions that one of his colleagues like urinate like 20 feet or something.
Yeah, and he wants to see that. He's like, "You should see it, man." He's like, No. You know what? Pulls his gun out. And he's like, "Wait, that's not even real."
This is really where I clicked onto the role reversal. How Alan does what Terry did to him earlier in the film, and he's the one pulling the gun on him.
Like, I'm gonna go meet the captain in the morning. Get the truth. If you come in, meet me there. And he's like, okay, and he leaves. And then obviously, key to the captain is obviously working his side job at Bed and Bathroom and Beyond.
I also put apartment pop. Does he fire the gun in his apartment?
He does say apartment pop.
Oh, Well, there you go. Apartment pop as well as desk pop. How long until desk nut?
None. Nowhere.
But
Go
anyway,
away,
he ends back telling his employees about a rapist.
Oh,
Scratch
yeah.
that. Ignore that. Good job.
Good job.
Oh, no, don't ignore it. If you live in that area, go in pairs. And obviously, Alan and Terry come together after Alan gets there first, starts talking. He's like, "Oh, hey, Alan." And Terry comes up. He's like, "Oh, hey, Terry." And obviously, he makes another TLC joke, followed by another one.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, the reference.
I just love how he calls him out on the fact he's like, "You hear yourself, right?" And he makes the reference again. He's like,
Yeah, it's like, don't go chasing
What?
waterfalls. Like,
Yep.
the amount of fucking
Don't get
times
the
he makes the
reference.
reference, he's just like, "What?" I
Don't
don't understand what you're on about.
I don't know what you mean.
And obviously, then following this, you get the meeting where David obviously he's like, "I owe a lot of money. There's the Nigerians, the Chechens." He's like, "You owe money to Nigerians? You're one sick puppy." And business. Scenes cut
Yeah.
between obviously the other guys arriving and then going to the office and like, "You're under arrest." Hey, Bob.
Oh, see,
What are you doing here?
For the entire film, I've been hearing David basically saying like, "Yeah, I'll find some poor like schmuck to
Yep.
give them money."
And the poor
And then
schmuck
who is this poor schmuck is?
is the police
It turns
pension
out it's
fund.
the police. It's Bob. Bob and the police.
Obviously, this ends.
you missed like my favorite joke of this scene, where it's like David and the Aussie talking. It's like, I thought this was just going to be like a one-to-one meeting. How it shows like, oh yeah, these are all the people that I owe money to, and he just sees not the fact that the conference room is filled, like every seat is filled. Basically, the entire conference room is filled.
Oh yeah, there's so many people there.
Yeah,
including the Nigerians.
Oh yeah.
Guns come out, start aiming everywhere. It's like, we've got legal rights to shoot now, so keep the music.
Yeah.
Guns start blazing.
This is where I was like, anyone getting the flashbacks to Payday 2, how they mentioned like to the captain, like, oh, we'll be quiet as church mice, go in, we'll stealth it, and then just immediately
Terry flying across the table shooting.
Yeah.
Anything he sees.
Tom fucked up on the stealth with his minigun.
Before regrouping with obviously Alan and covering him so they can escape. And obviously while they're escaping, David tries to offer them another bribe with the form of, "I got tickets to Rock of Ages." It's not our best offer, I admit. And, they obviously don't take it. I love the moment. It's just funny. He tries to bribe them.
Oh, wait, no. I was about to... No, it's okay. That's later.
Yeah, so, carrying on then. While driving away, obviously they get a radio call saying the cops have gone rogue, and they're like, "Oh, shit, where are we going to hide now?" And David's like, "Oh, I've got a penthouse."
Important note, I just thought, did we mention at the start the fact that this is like a bright red Prius? And how Terry talked about at the start of the film, like it feels like he was sitting inside of a vagina.
Yeah.
No, we didn't mention it.
Yeah, I don't know about it.
But we have now.
Yeah, we have now, so
good.
Carrying on. He offers them the penthouse, which apparently he uses for hookers and his parents, but not at the same time. That'd be wrong.
That'd be weird.
So, they go to the apartment. They agree on trying to stop the fund from being taken away, which ends in another bribe from David. He's like, "I can give you some money." He's like, "No.
I can give it was 10 million. It's like, this is not a bribe. I'll just give you both 10 million.
I promise you it's not a bribe."
I'd go for you.
And then the scene ends with them. Alan wanting to go see, obviously, his wife.
Yeah.
Who Terry clearly hits on in the conversation again.
Oh, God.
So, cut to that. So, Alan goes off to see her, and Terry obviously calls up his ex-girlfriend. So, while they're on a normal date, Alan goes to speak to Sheila, but he has to speak through her mom because the people watching.
There's people in the car outside.
It's the many dirty lines muttered between this
like,
elderly lady and Alan.
Yeah.
He wants to bend you over.
My best joke. Messenger pigeon, more like messenger pensioner.
And then at the end, obviously, she comes out.
Yeah, she switches out as the
the mom's just like, "I can't do this anymore."
And you get a very weird sex scene.
And then this
just
is
like
when I
Happy Time Murders.
Just do it in the old lady get up.
Minus the actual full part of the sex, since it ends with obviously him saying, "I'm going to break your hip," and obviously the scene cuts away. But it's a weird, funny moment.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck
Yeah.
her while she's dressed as grandma.
Yep. So coming towards the end there. Next morning, Alan and Terry meet up for some shit tunes again. But Terry's like, "Fuck it, let's do this." And the car chase begins, which causes a van to crash. The
I got
Australian.
such Baby Driver vibes from this car chase scene.
What is it with you and making Kevin Spacey references?
I forgot he was in there.
Oh, fuck
Oh,
me. Oh, but yeah,
I've never seen Baby Driver. I can't make that reference.
the Australian points out that someone's been playing GTA.
Yeah.
Oh no,
When
it
did
was
you learn to drive like this.
yeah. Tara's like, "When'd you learn to drive like this?" I was like, "I've played a lot of GTA."
No, it's Australian. Who says it?
No, it was before that.
Terry asks him first.
Yeah.
Alan actually says that Terry learned to drive like that, and then it's a comment from
The Australian.
Someone's been playing GTA.
No, obviously Alan does his another get joke where he finally admits he's a pimp.
Oh yeah.
And randomly at a school, the other two cops doing show and tell very weirdly, saying that you're all going to end up being dead. And then they end up taking the kid on a ride along.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Like
I liked how before when the call came over, they did the pass the beanbag to the front of the line game, but with actual real firearms instead.
The fucking gun though.
And they're like, "Oh, anyone want to come along?" They pick some random girl and they literally just take her out of the classroom.
She's not even fucking strapped into the car though.
when they show them en route to the scene later, she doesn't have a seatbelt on. She's flying around in the back of the police car.
Oh yeah, we skipped something.
Yeah,
Chicken version of Dora the Explorer.
I put that. I really want to see the Chechen version of Dora
Yeah.
Explorer. Because you know what I'm like with Dora Explorer.
Anyway, back to the chase. The cops are now involved in the chase. A helicopter's involved. So
It's cheating that they have a helicopter.
As you can guess, this movie's going all out with this end chase scene.
But they play the best game of hide and seek ever.
Yeah, they managed to somehow get on top of a car display and fall pops enough
hell out of me.
and the helicopter, but not the Nigerians because
that bullet-ridden car was there.
yeah, because as soon as they move from this display, obviously the bikes start chasing after them down a shortcut, which is clearly the pier. Bikes get taken out in all sorts of manners. Car ends up on the golf area,
driving range. Yeah.
The helicopter turns up and they're like, "Oh, we're cops, take them out!" And they manage to take out the cops.
Yeah,
with the golf balls.
They mention again, saying, "Oh, it's definitely cheating that they've got a helicopter." And just like the big brain moment of Alan just shouting out, like, "We're cops, aim for the helicopter!"
Golf versus chopper. Golf wins.
Yeah, it explodes. And that's literally the end of this car chase scene. It's not a bad chase scene, to be fair.
It's pretty good, yeah.
And the explosions, everything you need from this kind of movie.
No Johnny English, mobility scooter chase.
Yeah, it's no that, but moving on. Inside the final destination, Roger and the other guys square up. Obviously, the other guys end up getting shot alongside David, but before Roger can shoot
because he goes, "Oh yeah, if you shoot shoot him, like you're not gonna do this," and then he obviously by shooting them.
Yeah,
fucking hell.
And he literally goes like, "Doesn't matter to me if he's got he's still got value to me even with a bullet wound, mate."
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously the guy on the computer's like, "So do you want me to make this exchange or not?"
Yeah, because the standoff this entire time has been they've got to the bank to try and stop the transfer of money, and they've got to the banker they need is like stop the don't do the transfer. Only the bad guys have shown up and have said do the transfer. do.
Fuck's sake, James. And obviously before you can shoot him for just fun, the cops will arrive headed by Gene. And
he's already popped one into the leg of Alan, Terry, and
I've already said that.
David. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he was going to shoot the guy for fun.
Yeah, he was going to shoot the guy for fun.
Oh, yeah, he was going to shoot the banker for fun. Yeah.
But he stopped by. Obviously, Gene called up with the other cops.
Shows up.
And then
Gene shows up.
Gene chases after Alan, picks him up, and he starts screaming at him. He's dying. I'm not dying. I'm okay, man. I'm okay.
Just need rest.
He makes another TLC reference.
TLC reference.
Annoys Alan. He's like, it's not even funny anymore.
You just keep doing it.
I don't know what to say to you, man. I don't know the.
I don't know what that is.
And
And then he's got to get up with his bad knee.
He gets smothered by Jean for. Obviously, this was pretty much the end of the main parts of the movie. You obviously get the sort of end bit now where you see obviously the woman's obviously screwed up. Obviously the guy David Odeman is too. David's now in prison. Roger got arrested thanks to the face back app, which we had mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
That
happened.
That scans the back of your head. Terry married Francine and tried to get Sheila to be his best man. Did not work because she declined. And the two detectives get a very nice sports car now and drive away. But Alan saying that his first girlfriend was an actress. I think it was Heather Locklear or something like that.
Yeah.
It was the news anchor.
Yeah. And this movie ends with a peacock flying across the screen
because peacock.
Again.
Because Terry's mentioned that he's a peacock that needs to be let to be flyed like 3 times.
Everyone keeps saying like peacocks don't fly, but obviously at the end we show a flying peacock.
Yeah, and this movie actually doesn't end there because it's a very shoddy end credit scene, which
a little Avengers end
it's kind of racist because Alan tries to do the really bad like Chinese like man voice to try and get their check, and they all just end up laughing because obviously it's clearly like an outtake, and they're like, "Yeah, fuck it, let's put it at the end." It's no Step Brothers end credit scene.
Yeah.
No,
not at all. But it's something that you're just like, wow, they actually put that in. Really, I never even knew it was in there. I've seen this film God knows how many times, and I didn't know it was in there until I watched it again. I was like, what? How the fuck is that even in this movie? But I think it's about time we overhaul it. So that's pretty much it. So overall, this movie, apart from the end credit scene, is probably my favourite Will Ferrell movie. See, I love Step Brothers, I really do, but this is so much better. I think it's just down to the fact that it adds more action to the comedy. Plus, on top of that, you have a lot more great actors in the movie. So, great comedy, good action, good chemistry between these actors. And that bush scene, man, is so fucking amazing. And it adds to this movie in general, because this movie for me is like a very high 8, but with this scene on top of it, it pushes it. So I'm going to give it my first ever 9 out of 10. I loved this when I first saw it, and it's a movie that gets better and better the more I watch it. But 9 out of 10 I'm going to give it.
Yeah, from my overall, pretty much, it's a really great comedy. And I like it takes the mick of all these like top action like cop films by like disproving all their cliches. Just focuses on these boring cops who've got this extreme background. It just takes the good piss out of them, and I like that. And I agree with you. Like, it's a really good thing to watch, and that scene with Aim for the Bushes definitely adds the point to it. So I'm going to agree with you and say 9 out of 10 as well.
We agree for the first time in ages!
Yay!
Right, come on, Birthday Boy. You got the floor.
My main thing with this film is, obviously I like the jokes, but I like the subtle references that they'll make. So say like with the peacock joke, or like the scaffolding permit, and how they manage to actually bring those back later on in the films, how the scaffolding permit, this tiny little nuanced things that's just passed off as Alan's just a boring old nerd who's doing paperwork. That's like one of the biggest points actually to the bad guy's evil scheme. See, I love how they always come back to jokes, how they reuse them. It's not just one and done. It's jokes are used 4 or 5 times in the movie, like with the TLC references. I can keep making examples for this, but I feel like I'd be here for about another 20 minutes.
Remember time it is, keep going.
Yeah, action. Yeah, it's as you said, overstep. It's nice that it's got more action. I mean, the fight scenes are nice to break up the comedy in Step Brothers, but the fact that there's more of it here is nice. Yes, actors Samuel L. Jackson, minus points for killing him. Things like that. Overall, for me, I was my first initial thought was just to straight up say give it a 10 out of 10, but there was something inside of me that just couldn't do it. Yeah. It's no Scooby-Doo 2. So
fuck you.
I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10.
You can't do points.
Damn it. Fine, 9.
Thank you. Alex, take the floor.
See, when we like watched the film and I did my rating, I gave it 2 points lower than what I've gave it now.
Oh.
But re-talking about it and like discussing like everything that went through the movie, it's just made me just like bung it up by point. And the one thing that I was just distraught about was that there was no Samuel Jackson. And there was no motherfucker moment. That just really hurt. You can't have Samuel Jackson without motherfucker and just kill him off. But all over, like, it's a great film. So I've gave it an 8. It was a 6, but it's an 8 now.
Interesting. So that gives it a Chat Cave overall rating of 8.5. But
no points.
You can in the fucking overall, you twat. It's just your ratings can't do 5s.
Language.
But because obviously 3 of us gave it a 9, it's going to be a bit higher than that. So it's about a overall rating of 8.8.
8.7.
Close enough. 8.8. Which place?
8.75.
James, I'm going to knock you out next time I see you. I don't care if it's your birthday or not. I'm going to knock you out.
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday. Third place, just above knocking down last week's Godzilla rating, which means Jaws 3D is no longer in the rankings of top 10. Thank God. 2 more, Hayden. 2 more.
2 more years. 2 more years.
So yeah, my question of the day is my first not to be aimed at you, Hayden. As I said yesterday when we actually watched it, is actually aimed at you, the birthday boy James. So James, why do you like trains so goddamn much?
I have but one sentence for you that I'm then going to probably elaborate on.
Okay, go for it.
ASDF movie 2.
I like trains.
That's why.
Plus, they're comfortable and easy to sleep on for long journeys. You can look at nice sceneries whilst going on them, depending on the journey where you're going. Long story short, it's a running joke that has gone on for too long, and I don't know how to quit it. Please help me.
I feel that better covers it, don't you, Hayden?
Yes, that's true.
So that's it for this week. Join me and Hayden next week as we return to the Monsterverse and take a trip to Skull Island as we discuss Kong Skull Island. But until then, I've been your host, Strand King Thomas Hughes.
I've enjoyed bullying James.
Wait, guys, what month is it?
August.
I told you not to unfreeze me until October.
Actually said Christmas.
Well, in retail, Christmas starts in like September, and my music comes on in like October. This is not part of my contract.
Oh yeah, and Alex is here. Don't forget him. So,
is that a goodbye?
You're the one that's usually mute. You turn the volume down so no one can hear you.
Yeah.
Somehow you've beaten the system.
I have. I can be heard.
Damn it.
Well, and this has been Chat Cape. Happy birthday, James.
Thank you. And you best not unfreeze me now.
No, no, James. What I want to say is, go get Gator a snack, you punk ass bitch.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
See you at Christmas.